how ridiculous is it that in this day and age and in our society, that if you choose to just eat like chicken and salmon and apples and sweet potatoes and normal from the ground, from the earth, healthy food choices, that you're this like social pariah who's on a thing called dieting. But if you're eating Velveeta cheese and nacho Doritos and Cheetos, you're eating a standard American diet. Like, how did we get to this place? But that's not the question. I'm not. Just how ridiculous is it that eating healthy is like dieting, and that's a problem, and maybe a mental health disorder, but eating a normal American diet is like good, normal. No one bats an eye.
Dude, it's insane. I don't really understand it. I do and I don't. I don't understand it from a logical perspective. I do understand it from a people perspective and behavior perspective. From the perspective of most people are not happy with their choices in many areas of life. They're not happy with the choices they're making. They're not happy with who they are. And it's easier to try to control what someone else does to make yourself feel better than to control what you do. And so this is the whole scenario where you go out to eat with someone and you order a salad and the other person is like, oh, well, I don't want to get a pizza if you're just going to get a salad. And it's like, my decision shouldn't affect your decision, or maybe it should. Maybe me getting a salad should be like, you know what? I don't need that pizza right now. I'm going to get the salad as well. Or, you know what? Fuck it. I want the pizza. I'm going to have it. But you don't need to say, oh, like you're such a little bitch. You're going to get a salad. You're so boring. You're a party pooper. You know what I mean? It's like, it's easier to try and shame and guilt the other people. And I think that's what a lot of like food pushing is, where a lot of people are like, oh, just eat this, just eat this, just eat this. Oh, come on, just have a bite, have a taste. It's not going to kill you. I really don't think it's because they want you to enjoy it and they really think you're going to enjoy it. I think it's because it makes them feel better about them having it and they can justify it more. So I think it's like a self-preservation thing.
Makes total sense. Is it easier? I mean, clearly for some people it is, but you said it's easier to control someone else's behavior rather than your own. Like in my mind, I think it would be easier yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's always necessarily easier. I think it's the action of pushing on someone else is easier than the action of changing your own behavior. And a lot, like you're an ISTJ, so someone's like, oh, come on, Mike, have a bite. Like you're going to be like, no, I'm good. Thank you. And you're fine. But I know for me personally, in many instances, I've eaten something I didn't want to eat to make the other person happy. Or to try and not be rude. I've done that all the time. I still do it. Even like, with me, you'd be like, hey, are you hungry? And I'd be like, I can eat.
Yeah,
like,
but then I always
be like, no. You would always be like, hey, no, are you actually hungry? Do you want to eat? And like, but most people are not like that. Most people, I'm very much a people pleaser in so many ways. So like, I would be like, yeah, I'll have a bite. And in my mind, I'm like, listen, whatever. I know it's not a big deal. And then I'll eventually, I'll be a little bit more strict on the back end because of that. But like, I don't know if most people don't have that education, that knowledge that they can do that. And there are times that I wish I would just be like, no, I'm good. But, there's a trade-off with that. It's like, do I want to, like, it could come off a little bit as rude. Like when I go to my wife's grandparents' house, there's no way I'm not, like, I know that her grandma slaved for hours to make these desserts. There's no way I'm going to say I'm good. Like I'm eating them and I'm going to eat a lot of it, because it makes me so happy to see how happy she gets when I eat a lot of it, which I think is also funny as well. Like when you eat a lot of what someone else cooks, like even my wife, I go over the top when she cooks something that is like really good. I'm like, I sit down, I'm like, hey, and I'm like, I want you to know this is the best dinner you've ever cooked. And she smiles so, like she gets so happy. People, they really do appreciate it. So it is an interesting balance.